The Nintendo Switch 2 has now been officially revealed by Nintendo about a week ago or so now, and I wanted to make a video focused on everything that is true and still rumored slash leaked about this device. Now, when I get to the rumored and leaked portion of this video, I don't take everything that I have said as 100% true. I just want to go ahead and make this quick disclaimer just because there are some people that if something is leaked or rumored or whatever, a lot of people take it as it to be fact. Just speculation, okay? So take it all with a grain of salt, and now let's go ahead and begin and with what is actual factual about Nintendo's upcoming hybrid console. One of the big things that is actually true that I personally find interesting is that the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to have two Type-C ports, one on top and one at the bottom. It's kind of in the same vein as how the Lenovo Legion Go has that, and I believe also the ROG Ally as well has that same implementation. And when it comes to this, I believe this could be actually a good idea to make cool accessories for the device. One question that I do have is about the Type-C port on top. Does it support HDMI connectivity? And if so, I think it would be cool to see a second screen accessory to potentially turn the Switch 2 into a DS. This is again hypothetical, but just thinking about potential accessories for the second Type-C port has me a bit excited, especially that if the rumors are that a Nintendo DS Online, when it comes to the Nintendo Switch Online kind of membership, there will be DS games coming to the system. I think that would be a cool way to, in a way, implement that dual screen aspect that the DS kind of had back then. Another thing that is 100% confirmed and true is that backwards compatibility is a confirmed thing that will be coming to the Switch 2, but Nintendo did make sure to annotate that some Switch 1 games may not be compatible. I believe they put this for games like Nintendo Labo, since those games have those cardboard accessories, and since this Switch is larger than the original, that's likely why those games may not be fully compatible unless you, I guess, go on that whole DIY kind of version or way or route when it comes to those games. Though that annotation is pretty vague, we don't have a full listing as of yet for what games will be compatible, but the Labo series are for sure one that I see being incompatible. Now, as I mentioned just a little bit ago, Nintendo Switch Online is expected to be here at launch. To what extent is still unknown, but I'm going to guess here that the classic game library we currently have will be there, as well as potentially adding a new classic console category, but again, that's just all my guess. But who knows what they will add. Who knows if they will even add like another free kind of DLC or something that's going on, kind of in the same vein as they have been doing with like the Mario Kart 8 Booster Course Pack, or with the Animal Crossing Happy Home Designer kind of DLC that they did for New Horizons. I wonder if they will add another kind of element to it, but I for sure am expecting that a classic game library system will be there at launch, at least a new one. I want to guess either the DS or the GameCube. I hope it's the GameCube, but honestly, at this point, who knows? Another true thing that I can also go ahead and add to this list is that the Joy-Cons will be connected magnetically to the side of the new system, and there's a direct port to connect it, but the way how that port looks makes me a bit worried, as it just seems like if you aren't careful enough, they can easily snap, and I can for sure see this being a problem that happens where a lot of customers are going to be calling Nintendo support and say my kid broke the connector there or something. I just hope it's made out of a strong material where it doesn't snap, but hey, some kids just don't care. And as somebody who actually used to work for Nintendo's customer service support there, yeah, I remember just getting a lot of phone calls, even just about the railings on the Nintendo Switch version 1 just breaking or snapping or things happening. So that is for sure one of the big things that I am a little bit worried, but I am excited that they are bringing kind of like the magnetic connectivity, as I feel like that would likely be a little bit more long lasting than just the railing kind of connectivity that they have going right now. The last thing that is actually 100% true here is that we will be getting a Nintendo Direct on April 2nd to get more details about the system, as well as there will be a live experiences in different cities around the world for people to get hands-on with the system. But that is honestly all that we know when it comes to the Nintendo Switch 2. Now let's go ahead and let's talk about the rumors and leaks, and one that has been making its way around are the games that will be launching with the system, the price for the system, and as well as when it will be releasing. One rumor comes from this post a buddy of mine actually sent me, and it states that the Nintendo Switch 2 will have games like Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey to get updated, where they will be running at 1080p handheld mode at 60 frames per second, and while docked, apparently they will be running at 2K with the brand new NVIDIA AI upscaling resolution that they have going for them at 60 FPS. Another thing as well that has been circling is that the price of the system will retail at $399.99 or $499.99. Apparently they being Nintendo, seem to still be be potentially working or discussing what the official price may be. Potentially for me, I'm going to go ahead and lean towards this being about $399.99, as that has been the number that has been thrown around more often. But again, we're just going to have to wait and see. Most likely we'll get that information on the April 2nd Direct. Another thing that is also heavily rumored here is that the Nintendo Switch Online service will have a price increase, pretty much now being same price as how other consoles are going for right now, for example PlayStation and Xbox. But that is the other thing that I have been hearing around, is that the Nintendo Switch Online price will be increased. To what amount, who knows, but I do see it at least being potentially the same asking price as Xbox and PlayStation. Now, some of the launch games are going to be games like Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, which I feel like is an obvious choice. Same goes with Breath of the Wild Remastered, which is something that has been rumored since Gamescom of last year, as Nintendo behind closed doors during that showcase actually went ahead and showcased Breath of the Wild and Final Fantasy VII Remake running on the brand new Nintendo Switch 2. Mario Kart 9, which is the game that was actually showcased with the Nintendo Switch 2 reveal, is another game that will be potentially be releasing there at launch. Tekken 8, and a big one being Elden Ring. Tekken 8, I do see that actually being there, as Bandai Namco and Nintendo are pretty buddy-buddy with each other, and From Software releasing their massive game might work, as with the Nintendo Switch. They did release Dark Souls Remastered, but I believe Nintendo understand that Elden Ring would for sure be a big deal to showcase the power of their system, and just showcasing that, hey, Elden Ring can run on this brand new system of theirs. I've also seen other reports stating that Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth will actually be there at launch. Other games like Assassin's Creed Mirage and Assassin's Creed Shadows have also been brought up, and I believe even Capcom may have some games coming to the Switch too, but again, these are all just rumors. Games like Resident Evil, or the Resident Evil remakes that have been showcasing, or Resident Evil 2, 3, and 4, heck, even with Resident Evil 7 and 8 potentially actually being games that will be coming to the Nintendo Switch 2 and running natively and not via the cloud versions that we currently have on Nintendo Switch. But again, these are all just rumors. I do hope that some of these games, at least on the list here, are actual games that are coming. One thing that I will say that I am a little bit concerned about, because it does sound like a very Nintendo-esque thing for them to do, and that is if they do go ahead and they re-release Breath of the Wild, or do Breath of the Wild Remastered, or HD, or 4K, or whatever they decide to call it, I really do hope that for the people that own the original Switch version, I hope that we can at least get that version for free. I've also been hearing other reports that if you own that version, you might be able to actually just pay an additional $10 in order for you to get that newer version, kind of in the same vein as how Last of Us or PlayStation has been doing for some of their games, like, Last of Us, God of War Ragnarok, Ghost of Tsushima, those types of games. If you pay an additional $10, you go ahead and you get the next gen digital version for those games, and they just look and run better. Now, the last thing that I do want to go ahead and touch upon when it comes to the Nintendo Switch 2 is the release date. Some leakers have stated that either June 20th or the 25th of 2025 is when the system will launch, and I can see it actually being around that time frame, since we're going to be getting that Nintendo Direct showcase on April 2nd. I do kind of like to see Nintendo give it a little bit of spacing, at least maybe that 2-month time frame. So around June or the end of June does sound a bit right, just kind of starting off the summer with a big hit. And that is basically it when it comes to the rumors or speculations and truths about the Nintendo Switch and what we know so far. Let me know in the comment section below what you guys think. Do you guys believe any of these rumors? Do you guys think that the Nintendo Switch 2 will be released a little bit earlier, or something will happen, or something, or whatever? Or what games you guys would like to see at launch? I personally, I do believe the rumors and leaks that have been stating that Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth will likely be running on the Nintendo Switch 2, especially now since they now have a native version of Rebirth running on the Steam Deck, which, from what rumors are also stating, are that the Nintendo Switch 2 is going to be a little bit slightly more powerful than the Steam Deck. The way how I see this, the Nintendo Switch 2 being powerized in a way, is I kind of see it being maybe a system that is as powerful, if not as equal to maybe the ROG Ally X, kind of in that regard. Not really, super to the extreme where it's going to outshine the Steam Deck or really those other gaming handheld PCs. But who knows? Nintendo may actually come out of nowhere and surprise us when it comes to the system. But typically when it comes to them, they're not really that type of company that actually wants to put the biggest kind of newer technology that they have in the system itself, but I do find it exciting just talking about the specs of the system. Maybe I'll make a video talking about that in the future, but for right now, the main thing that has me excited for the Switch 2 is them talking about that brand new NVIDIA kind of super sampling or upscaling that they have for their games that will actually make the games look and run better on brand newer kind of 4K displays. So kind of like I mentioned with the Breath of the Wild and Super Mario Odyssey games running at 2K, thanks to that brand new super sampling kind of image AI upscaling that they're working on with NVIDIA, I think that would be really cool to go ahead and analyze later on when, once we get a little bit more information about the system spec wise. But that's going to be it for me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for all the love and support. We are so close, and funny enough, we're so close to 500 subscribers. I know that's not a big number for a lot of other YouTubers, but for me, I find that crazy as somebody who's been really busy with just my actual real life outside of YouTube here. That's kind of the main reason why I haven't been uploading daily or just uploading lately in general. It's just I've just been doing so much overtime outside of work or outside of YouTube. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.